Hey, Shalom, family, Most High in Christ bliss. The title for the night class is The Adultery Demon. The Adultery Demon. Deacon Malachi recently said in the class, certain demons, when they, when stuff happen in the body, like say somebody commit adultery, something like that, and they get put out, that spirit, that evil spirit of adultery or whatever it is, it don't leave with the person that got put out. That evil spirit hop on others in the body. All right. So when he said that, it, spiked my attention or whatever, because y'all know we had, adultery happen in the body here, So we all got to gird up and equip ourselves with the whole armor of God so we don't fall into the same thing. It's one of the things that come with judgment. When you see somebody get judged, you got to take heed because you'll end up falling into the same thing, all right? But I know some high and mighty Israelites listening right now. It's like, it's no way. I would never, you know. I'll pray to the Most High. Congratulations. But I ain't going to fool myself. I know I need the medicine, so, everybody need it. All right, but let's go to Mark 7:21. We're going to start here.
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 21.
Come on.
For from within, out of the hearts of men, proceed evil thoughts.
So God said, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. So all of us deal with evil thoughts, all right? But he going to name some off the top that we're going to deal with tonight. Read.
Adulteries.
So the first one that he named that's in the heart of men, it started in the heart. It's the first one he named that's in the heart of men and women is adultery. Adultery. So now unless you, one of these rappers or something, you ain't got no heart. I don't know. Maybe you don't deal with it. But God said, in the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, which tells us your heart is your mind. And in our mind, we deal with adultery. Read.
Fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
All of these evil things come from within you. All right, get James chapter 4, verse 5. Well, the thing about it is, all of us is in the flesh. All right, all of us got this right here. So what we all got to grow to understand is spiritually, we need to be spiritually minded, spiritually inclined. Of course, and always walk in the spirit because this thing right here got a mind of its own. In your mind, you got values, you got morals. You don't want to ever do a lot of this stuff. But this right here, this flesh, it got a mind of its own. It want to do its own damn thing. It come from the dust of the ground. It come from the earth. It come from the world. It desire the things of the world. All right? So we going to always have that battle. All right? James chapter 4, verse 5.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 5. Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy?
You think the scripture saying that in vain? You think that God just talking out the side of his neck? Out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. Adultery. First one. You think he just saying that in vain? Come on now. Let's not be ignorant of this. All right? We all dwell with evil thoughts and desires within us. Get Sirach 23, verse 5. Sirach 23, verse 5.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 5.
Come on.
Turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence.
And what?
And
He
concupiscence.
said, turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence. So this should be our prayer to the Lord. Once we know and we willing to admit and acknowledge that we do deal with these evil things within us, the prayer should be to turn these things away. Lord, strengthen us to turn them away. One of the things that he mentioned was concupiscence. All right, pull it up real quick. Concupiscence. Put it on. All right, go ahead.
Concupiscence.
Concupiscence.
Concupiscence. Strong sexual desire. Lust.
Right. Strong sexual desire. So he specifically put that in his prayer. Because remember, the first thing that he mentioned that's within the heart of man is adultery. So he specifically said in his prayer, turn away from me this strong sexual desire. All right? Sexual appetite. Sexual longing. All right? Go back to the scripture. Read.
Sirach chapter 23 and verse 5. Turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee.
Right. God will hold us up when we always desirous to serve him. Read.
Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of
And
me.
that's the thing, because we all going to have them thoughts. We all going, the spirit that dwell in us lusteth to envy, to commit these things. But you got to be strong. You got to have the discipline to where it never takes hold of you. Because when it take hold of you, that's when you pick up your phone, you say the hell with it, and you go to the website and you watch the porn. It took hold of you. It got you. Then you know from there, once you go that far, you enter into that realm, eventually you're going to be desensitized from that in a sense of satisfaction. And you're going to go ahead and seek real cheeks. For real. It's going to take hold of you. You're going to literally, what Arya used to always say, Satan take control of your whole body structure. Your prayer is that it don't take hold of you. Read on.
And give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind.
An impudent mind means a bold mind. That's when you say, whatever, he gonna forgive me anyway. I'm gonna just do it. I'll repent later. Once you got a mind like that, you're gonna find yourself in the midst of all these evil things. From there, go to Romans 7 and 7. It says, don't let the lust of the flesh take hold of me. Romans 7 and verse 7.
The book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 7.
Come on.
What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid.
Read.
Nay, I had not known sin but by the law.
Uh-huh.
For I had not known lust.
I had not known what?
I had not known lust
I had not known lust. I had not known what lust is. Read.
except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
Showing you what? That lust is to covet. Covet is to lust. That's what lust is, when you're coveting something. All right? So get that in Exodus 20, verse 17. Now, what I find interesting about this commandment is that it's not physical. And when you think about it, it's really the gateway, it's the entryway to breaking all the commandments above it. It's the last commandment. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then the last one is, don't desire to do any. You see what I'm saying? That's the, don't have it in your mind. Don't covet. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Come on.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Thou shalt not covet thy what?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Right. So we know the Bible is in masculine form. All right. He delivered the laws to the elders, to the men. But that's what's the word? Interchangeable. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's husband. All right. Same thing. Read.
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy
Or
neighbor's.
anything that is not neighbor's. So to covet, I had not known lust unless I knew that commandment that said not to covet. So it's telling you what Paul battled with as well. All right. Now Paul was a mighty man. He dealt with lust, with coveting other men's wives. All right. From there, pull up the definition of covet.
Covet. Yearn to possess or have something.
To yearn, to possess, or have something. It's a song that came out probably 10 years ago. Yeah, it says somebody yearning. It was on the radio, non-stop. I forgot I think it was Marie or something like that. Yeah, it's yearn. Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right, so, it was way before LMA. But it say desire to be consumed with desire for, crave, have one's heart set on. Put the arrows, hit the arrow. Read some of them.
Desire, crave, have one's heart set on, want, fancy,
Yeah, read
wish for, long for, yearn for, dream of, aspire to.
You know what the dream of going to? Fantasizing. Right. You fantasize about it. Go
Burn
ahead.
for,
To burn for. Go ahead.
pant for, ache for, thirst for, hunger after for.
All right. So it's levels to covetousness. It's levels to lust. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to that thing. But you control what level that you allow yourself to enter into. All right? Go to James 1:13. James 1, verse 13.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
Right. I know you know this song, A-Ball and MJG, from a long time ago. It was The Devil Made Me Do It. You know what I'm saying? People that, kill people, rob, steal, whatever. The devil made me do it. Right? No. That ain't what it was. Watch this. God finna show us something. Read.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
Now, there's a way you can look at it, and you can say, I'm the damn devil. Because God said you tempted to do evil based on what's within you. You tempted when you drawn away of your own lust. And what?
And enticed.
And what?
And enticed.
Pull up that definition real quick. And enticed. What we got to understand is you have what you call other forces in the world. Or basically, if you give something out, it's going to be an evil force ready to recompense that. I'm going to explain. But read that definition real quick.
Entice, attract or tempt by offering pleasure or advantage.
So basically, say you have the lust within you to have sex with somebody else, right? Being enticed is there's actually an opportunity being presented. You know what I'm saying? That means that it's some type of energy there that's feeding your lust. And you actually think that you have a shot at fulfilling that. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people, like you read in 2 Samuel 13, you know, some people just the lust get built up in Susanna too, to where I'm just gonna take it. But sometimes it's, you know, the other party that's feeding, you know, your lust, your lustful energy. You enticed, and then that's when you give into it. All right, go back to James 1, verse 15.
James chapter 1 and verse 15.
Come on.
Then, when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
When lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, meaning what? It takes hold of you, and you commit the act. You fulfill what you yearned for, what you burned for, what you longed for, what you dreamed of. You fulfilled it. For real. It takes hold of you. All right, go to Genesis 12 and 11. So we're going to establish. Oh, we didn't finish that. I'm sorry. Finish that.
And sin, when it is finished,
Sin, when you're done with the act, read.
bringeth forth death.
Bring it forth death. Now, this is twofold. Because, you know, the wages of sin is death. You know, if you die in your sin, you know, unrepentant or whatever, you're going to get thrown into like a fire, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But it's certain sins, especially the ones like adultery, that is deemed worthy of death when you commit it in this life with the grace of Christ where we can't stone you and all of that. It ruins lives. It has the same effect as murder. You know what I'm saying? But get Genesis 12 and 11. So we're going to establish from the beginning of the book how adultery was viewed before it was written in stone, thou shalt not commit adultery. All right, Genesis 12, start at verse 11.
Genesis chapter 12 and verse 11. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarah, his wife, Behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon.
Right, so this is Abraham and Sarah when they were Abram and Sarai. He said, Sarai, you know you bad to the bone, girl, you fine, you beautiful. All right, read.
Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive.
Right, so they came to Egypt because it was a famine, right? So they came to get some food to survive, but he was like, when they see you with me and they perceive that you my wife, you so fine, they'll kill me for you. For real. That just show you how strong lust can be. For real. Keep reading.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee.
Right, so they came up with a plan. Look, just tell them that you my sister, because technically, we not lying by telling them that. So we just going to roll with that instead of revealing that you my wife. All right, go to chapter 20. Chapter 20, start at 1.
Genesis chapter 20 and verse 1. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, She is my sister.
Read.
And Abimelech king of Gerar sent and took Sarah.
Right, so they took Sarah. She was so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That hey, we got to have her. Because he didn't say that was his wife. So they took her. Go ahead.
Verse 3. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, Behold, thou art but a dead man.
What?
Thou art but a dead man. For the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife.
So now, this is Genesis 20. And this is with the first patriarch. Well, you know the man, you know, Abraham. God said, you a dead man because you have taken a man's wife. That means that has always been a sin deemed worthy of death. But, you know, of course, the man, he didn't know. Just keep reading.
Verse 4. But Abimelech had not come near her.
He didn't commit the sex with her yet. Go ahead.
And he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, she is my sister? And she, even she herself said, he is my brother? In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're a good dude or whatever. But really, I also just helped you out by coming and telling you this. Because if I ain't do this at this point, you would have, you know what I'm saying? But I also have withheld thee, read.
Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her.
I didn't allow you to touch her. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live.
Read.
And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die.
Thou shalt what?
That thou shalt surely die.
If you think that you going to take this man's wife and keep this man's wife, your ass going to die. Read.
Thou and all that are thine.
Come on.
Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid.
Read.
Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us?
Read.
And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and my kingdom a great sin?
A what?
A great sin.
A what?
A great sin.
Abraham, why you sit up there and tell me that was your sister? For us to been in damn near messed around and laid down with your wife and committed adultery, which would have brought on our kingdom a great sin. So these type of sins, that's why there's levels to this stuff. These type of sins, when they committed, they don't just affect the people that's in the act. For real, the Lord said in Nehemiah 13, when we profane the Sabbath, it brings more wrath upon Israel as a nation. Same thing with sins like this. All right? Brought on the kingdom a great sin. Come on.
Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done.
Let's go to chapter 39. So just showing y'all in the Old Testament, before the laws of Moses, adultery was wicked as hell. 39 verse 1.
Genesis chapter 39 and verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and served him. And he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass, from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. Verse 6. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person, and well favored.
Right, so Joseph, he went through some stuff. All right, his brothers left him in a pit. He got sold and all of that, and he got the ultimate betrayal. Damn, his brothers damn near want to kill him. All right, but the Lord put him in the position. The person that bought him just so happened to be someone of higher state in Egypt. And Joseph was so righteous, you know what I'm saying? The man set him up over everything that he had in his house. All right, read on.
Verse 7. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph.
Right, so now this is, interesting because you know what? It's gonna come up later in the class. Somebody said it in one of the articles we gonna show. But the thing about adultery and stuff like that, it's usually directed to the man. Like, the men have this problem of stepping out on their wives and all of that. And when you look into the statistics, it's only like a 2% difference. But what we fail to realize is that in order for a man to step out on his wife, it requires a woman to be the adulteress. You know what I'm saying? That means that it's not, the man can't go and commit adultery with the heir. It gotta be a woman on the other end that's receiving, his evil lust or whatever the case may be, because she also has it within her. So this man, this master's wife, mind you, this dude was rich. This dude had a lot of stuff. She had it made. But when she saw this Hebrew, when she saw this Jew, what she do, Reed?
And she said,
Reed, she did what? His master's wife?
That his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph.
She cast her eyes upon Joseph, Reed.
And she said, lie with me.
Lie with me. Now, think about what I just said, right? Now, this is a man with high regard. You know what I'm saying? He got riches. He got bread. You think this man had a little trailer park trash looking wife? A little dusty, big tooth African or something? No. All right? This sister was brown, dark skin, bad to the bone. She said to our brother, our forefather, lie with me. Give it to me. Read on.
But he refused.
But he what?
But he refused.
Read.
And said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house. And he hath committed all that he hath to my hand.
Read.
There is none greater in this house than I.
Come on.
Neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee.
This man that gave me authority, gave me access to everything in his house except you. Maybe it would have been another story if he was like, hey, But no. That means that this man loved his wife. You know what I'm saying? He would feel very betrayed if he found out his wife laid down with another man, especially this man that I trusted. You know what I'm saying? That I allowed to be in my house, live in my house and be over and have access to, everything in my damn house. That would, hurt him. Joseph knows this. He has integrity. Read.
Neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife.
Because you his wife. Y'all supposed to be one flesh. Come on.
How then can I do this great wickedness?
This what?
This great wickedness.
This great wickedness. Read.
And sin against God.
So Joseph feared God. He understood that doing this thing in the sight of God is a great sin. It's a great wickedness. All right? So from there, let's get the law. Leviticus 18, verse 20. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 20.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife.
Right. Thou shalt not have sex with your neighbor's wife. Come on.
To defile thyself with her.
Now, pay attention to that wordage. All right? It says to defile yourself with her. Watch this real quick. Get Genesis 2, verse 21. Now, in the Bible, when the old times when we had land and wealth, kingdoms, stuff like that, the men could have multiple wives, right? Never, never, ever, 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 ever did a woman have multiple husbands. Once a woman laid down with a man, they locked in for life. That thing is spiritual. The woman was made of the man for the man. Once a man enters into you, you belong to that man. It's a spiritual thing. Watch this. Read that.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 21.
Come on.
And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man.
And brought her unto the man. Read.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
Come on.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife.
I want y'all to think about something. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, my rib. Now, think about how nasty this would be. You know what I'm saying? If I'm asleep, you commit surgery on me, pull my rib out, and start eating it. Ain't that some nasty? Ain't that filthy, nasty, disgusting, right? But the man's wife is his rib. She come from him. She was made out of him. So you not just digging into her. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say to defile yourself with her. That woman has her husband's spirit. They intertwine. You didn't just sleep with her. That's why you defiled yourself. All right, from there, Deuteronomy 22. No, Leviticus 20 and 10. Leviticus 20 and 10.
The book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
You see how the Lord feel about that thing? He said both of them got to die. Why? Because they defiled. He defiled herself with her. She's defiled by him. They defiled. They got to be put to death. Because if they... Just think about we're going to get into it. Go to Deuteronomy 22, verse 22. We're going to get into it.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
Right. So it's another precept saying the same exact thing. So you can put that evil away from Israel. All right? Keep reading.
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die.
Come on.
The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city.
You know what's interesting about that part? Because she cried not. That means that she consented to it. That's why she got to die. That's why I mentioned her first. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no issue with it. She was fine with it. Because why? These things are within us. These lusts, with these fantasies. I wonder how it would be with him. I wonder how it would feel with her. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's why she didn't cry out. A fantasy was being fulfilled. Read on.
And the man because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
So they gotta die. All right, get Sirach 9, verse 8. Sirach chapter 9, verse 8.
The book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty.
Read.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
Many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. You know that word deceived, because we're gonna read the precept, but you wouldn't, in your mind, the woman would be so beautiful, you know what I'm saying, and just so worth it, that you would convince yourself that God don't see you. You know what I'm saying? You'll deceive yourself into you thinking you can get away with it, and then go back to living your life happily ever after with your wife. She go back to her husband. You know, that's what David thought. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, David was so far gone in his wickedness that he was trying to get Uriah to go and sleep with his wife, so it wouldn't be no confusion when 9 months later, you know what I'm saying? Because he slept with her around the same time. Now, the baby just going to look like the king. They was going to walk around. You know you look like David. You know you act like David. You know you mighty like David. You know what I'm saying? But my son act just like you, man. That's crazy, ain't it? They were just going to go along with it, but knowing damn well that's his damn. You see what I'm saying? That I'm telling you, that lust, that thing is so strong, it would deceive you into thinking that you can do that. That you can't nobody go there. Hey, you can't hide stuff like that for a lifetime. But beauty will deceive you into thinking that, for real. The beauty of a woman will deceive you into thinking that. Read on.
For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Love is kindled. Hey, get Judah 16 and 9 real quick. It say, herewith love is kindled as a fire. I'm going to show y'all that love is not talking about righteous love. That love talking about lust. It's kindled as a fire. All right, read what you got.
Judith chapter 16 and verse 9. Her sandals ravished his eyes. Her beauty took his mind prisoner.
You see that? So I just wanted that part. Her beauty took his mind prisoner. They go back to your lust taking hold of you. Now you gonna do whatever, and you just gonna work out the consequences later. You know what I'm saying? That's when her beauty take your mind prisoner. You don't give a damn about nothing. All right? Go back to Sirach 9 and 8.
Sirach chapter 9 and verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
All right, get Sirach 23, verse 16. Love is kindled as a fire. Sirach 23, verse 16.
Sirach chapter 23, verse 16. Two sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire.
A hot mind is as a burning fire. Come on.
It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
It will never be quenched. So when they say love, meaning lust, is kindled as a fire, once you get to that level of lust, it's only one thing that can extinguish it. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm telling you, that's why you gotta keep that thing at pop-up level. When I say pop-up level, like you said in Mark 7, right? The evil thoughts within man. That means all of them evil thoughts gonna pop up from time to time. And that's when you cast it down. When you let them evil thoughts and lusts go above pop-up level, then they begin to have power to take hold of you. Now it's kindled as a fire. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ever dealt with real deal fire in a, some catch on fire in the house? That it's gonna grow. You can't blow on it You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna grow until you extinguish the fire. That's what God said about a hot mind. When you allow that thing to kindle as a fire in your mind. Read.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he hath kindled a fire.
Read. Now you gotta think. Once you do that as well, that's why the Lord said you gotta die. Cause when you do that and you do get away with it, you think you're gonna stop. You think it's just a one-time thing. I got it. I'm done. I'm good. No, that's why you got affairs. You start living a double life. Now you want the down low. I can't hit a note to save my life. I know what the hell I'm talking about. You not gonna stop. You not gonna stop. That's just like, say you on a real strict diet, like you a super alkaline vegan. You know what I'm saying? And somebody sit some Krispy Kreme glazed donuts in front of you in a hot. And you just taste one little bite. Now you done already cheated on your diet. You know what I'm saying? Just off the one little fingertip worth of donut. You think you gonna stop there? You think you gonna stop there? No. You gonna eat at least 3. You gonna eat at least 3. Bro, you gonna eat at least 3. I'm telling you. Keep reading.
Verse 17.
Come on.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die.
He will not leave out till he die. Read.
A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
That's the mindset. All right, that's how you know her beauty done took his mind prisoner. You know what I'm saying? Now you done became dumb as hell. The Lord he created the heaven and the earth, and when I do good, I want him to see me, but right now he not seeing me though. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? The Most High will not remember my sins. Okay, read.
Verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
The Lord considers the most secret parts. Read.
Verse 20. He knew all things ere ever they were created.
Before they was created, come on.
So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all.
Come on.
This man shall be punished in the streets of the city.
So this man shall be punished in the streets of the city. That goes with the laws that we read earlier. Once it happened, these people supposed to get stoned with stones that they die in public. So if you was tempted, if you had that in your mind to do that, look at what you got coming for you. You see what I'm saying? So that man shall be punished in the streets of the city. Now, under Christ, you know, hey, you're good. Which, no, it's really worse. But read on.
And where he suspected not, he shall be taken.
You least suspect it. That's when you're going to get caught. Read.
Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another.
It's just stuff like this that we don't think about. Like, you know, these women, these other men's wives, or these other men that you lay down with outside of your husband, we all just fertile peoples. You know what I'm saying? We all just fertile. So it's a possibility. Now you gotta know, in the case of adultery that happened here, the brother was laying down with the adulteress, laying down with his wife in the same day. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta think about an adulteress. She go do her thing with the women and then go lay down with with her husband. You know what I'm saying? So, watch this. Keep reading.
Verse 23. For first, she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High. And secondly, she hath trespassed against her own husband. And thirdly, she hath played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man.
And brought children by another man. Read.
She shall be brought out into the congregation.
Come on.
And inquisition shall be made of her children.
That part right there. Inquisition shall be made of her children. You know the white man that made millions of dollars off this? Maury. Jerry Springer. What's them other ones? Paternity court. That's what you finna show right now. Paternity court. Because got women out here that act like they committed to a man, but they deal with other men. They have a friend, woman.
Sirach chapter 9 and verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Because remember, he said they was what? Intoxicated. She would come home intoxicated. He would be intoxicated. All right? Y'all know that it's called wine and spirits. They say gin make you sin. What's some more? I know you know some more alcohol. Goose make you loose. For real. Read on.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
God said your heart gonna incline unto her. So this is another man's wife. This is a man that you may love, that you may be his brother. Y'all may be Ace Boone Cone. But if you do this right here, because you got to think about it too. Now, this case is where, you know, it ain't necessarily the case, but the scriptures say every man shall cleave to his own life, right? Usually, the same type of dudes that hang together like the same type of girls. So the other man's wife could be attractive to you. That's why you can't sit with her in your arms with the wine. You can't do that. You can't do that with her because your heart gonna incline unto her. Meaning what? This is my sister. You know, it's surface level like, hey sis, you know, da 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 da. But y'all alone, y'all in a situation, the man is not around. It's the smile, the laughs, the giggles, the conversation. Eventually, you just gonna want to go all the way. That's what God said. You gonna want to go to home base. I'm telling you. Read.
And so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
Through your lust, your covetousness of this man's wife, you gonna fall into destruction. Now, I want y'all to know, this ain't said, you might read this and say, well, if I'm in the room with another man's wife when you're not there, I'm in sin. You know, hey, it's situational. Understand that. What it's saying, what it's really going into, watch this. Pull up the Urban Dictionary real quick. This is what it's talking about. When you're sitting with another man's wife and you're doing this, all of this stuff lead to adultery. All right? Read that.
Flirting, to be playful, too nice, or caring with someone.
So that's what Sirach 99 is going into. When you flirting, all right? If, you know, start out, you know, y'all, brother, sister, you know, it's cordial, hey, shalom, you know, we laugh, joke here and there. But then it gets to the point where you want to be around her, or you willing to be around her when the husband not around. She willing to be around you when your wife not around. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all got a personal connection. You know what I'm saying? Then when y'all around each other, when nobody else is looking, y'all making each other laugh. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got your own little insiders and stuff like that. Now you flirting. You know what I'm saying? And all that telling you, once it get to that level where y'all flirting, guess what y'all done did? Y'all kindled a fire. And it's not gonna be quenched until y'all finish out the act. All right, from there, get the first article, paralife.com. That hoe right there. Ooh wee. Uh, go down to the numbers. Well, read the title real quick, Hezekiah.
14 signs your friend likes you and how to tell if they're crushing.
So this article ain't necessarily going into other men's wives and other men's husbands. But a lot of us get to the point we establish relationships, especially with brothers that we close to, sisters that we close to. You know what I'm saying? We become friends with our friend's spouse, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you gotta be mindful of what's within you, and you gotta keep that shit at a distance. You gotta don't play with this shit. All right, scroll down. So these are signs when your friend crushing on you. Scroll down. Just go straight to the numbers. All right. These are 14 signs. Damn. Do it expound? Yeah, keep scrolling. I wanted to where it expound on them. Scroll down. Scroll down. All right. So, number one, read that, Hezekiah.
They always seem available. The first major sign that your friend likes you is if they're constantly available to you, even if they're an otherwise busy person.
Right. So they always available. All right. You need something done that your spouse may not be able to do. That other person is always ready and willing to do it for you. All right. You can scroll down to the next one. Scroll down to number 2. Scroll down. Watch this.
Number 2, they make excuses to be alone with you.
Right. They make up reasons. They surmise different reasons and situations that put you and them in the room alone together. All right. Read that.
If your friend constantly makes excuses to have private time with you or tries to make plans that don't include any of your acquaintances, it's possible that they're attracted to you.
It's possible. So now, all these articles give the little disclaimer and all of that. Like, that don't mean just because this and that you can think that person want to have sex with you. And no, it's just saying these are signs that it's a possibility. All right? But that person always surmises reasons or regularly surmises reasons to be alone with you. All right, scroll down to number 3. Read.
They make more eye contact with you than with their other friends.
Right, they make more eye contact with you than with your other friends. So now, this right here, we're going to deal with this one. But read the paragraph.
Hopefully, your friend isn't creepily staring at you all the time, but it is normal for someone who likes you to look at you more often. Naturally, this can take the form of extended eye contact.
Right, it's normal for somebody to like you to look at you more often. All right, scroll down. Read.
To rule out the possibility that this person just makes long, intimate eye contact with everyone, watch how they interact with others.
Because it is possible that that's just what they do. They just like to stare. You ain't the only person they stare at. They just stare. So it say, watch how they interact with others. Do they do the same thing with other people, with other men, etc.? Go ahead.
Notice how they look at other people and use that to form a baseline.
Uh-huh.
Are they looking at you more than anyone else?
So then you can assess, like, damn, she don't really be looking at him like that. When they talk, she don't do the little gaze, you know what I'm saying? Or for sisters, when he talk to sister so-and-so, it ain't, da-da-da. This ain't just this really is more so, I ain't gonna say more so, it's for not only brothers and sisters in the body, but you got co-workers. A lot of this stuff, adultery, I think it's a percentage. The majority of adultery happens from work. It's a high percentage people commit adultery with their coworkers. All right, so you can assess if somebody got a thing for you. They don't really look at people how they look at you. All right, they look at you different. It's a different type of glow and stare. Go ahead.
Of course, there are some people who are really shy and will avoid eye contact with someone that they're attracted to. But this usually happens if they don't know you very well. If you know them and are comfortable with them, chances are they'll look at you a lot if they think you're attractive.
If they think you attractive, they gonna look at you a lot. Go ahead.
Still, they may look at you often, but look away when you catch
Right,
them.
don't lock eyes with them. All right, get that in Proverbs 6:25. Proverbs 6:25. I'm a spare all my little stories and stuff from when I was in the world tonight. I ain't gonna do that. But I'm gonna tell, hey, honestly, I'm telling you, in the world, I was not a talker. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, all it took was eye contact. I'm telling you, that's all it took. Eye contact. This a real thing. I agree with you got.
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Don't let her take you with her eyelids. That's a part of the beauty, to deceive you, meaning deceived by the beauty of a woman. Right. It's something about them eyes. You get the locking eyes with this. Hey, don't do it. That's why it's in the Bible. Don't do it, bruh. That's why, hey, sisters, hey, you ain't got to do all that extra stuff with your eyes. Don't be doing all of that. Like all the little extra maintenance and stuff. No, all right, just be natural. Because that stuff attract, especially brothers who dealing with them spirits. I'm telling you. All right, go back to the article. All right.
Number 4, they seem a little disappointed when you call them friend or buddy.
Right. They like for you to have a little nickname for them or call you by their name. When you just refer to him as, that's just sis, or that's just bro, or that's just my friend and all that. They don't like that. They like something a little bit more intimate to show that y'all got something deeper. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down number 5. Go ahead.
They are willing to do you more favors than they will for other people.
Right. For you, they on go. All right, they'll work hard for you and do this for you and etc. For other people, maybe. But for you, you know what I'm saying? For real, you know how it be like, say, it's a group of friends and the friend, you got a friend to tell you like, hey, ask her will she do this and that. And you might ask the brother like, why don't you just ask her? Right. And he look at you like, bruh, because we know she gonna do it for your ass. You know what I'm saying? For real, that's a possibility. All right? And then scroll down. That's another sign right there. Sam over there cutting up. All right, read that.
They always seem to hate whoever you're dating.
Right, they seem to hate whoever you date. Now, in this case, like I said, we married, etc. Blah blah blah. So how it would apply in this case? The sister or the brother, they don't really hang with your husband like that. They don't really be having a lot of hot things to say about your husband. The sister, she don't really hang around your wife like that. They don't talk as much as they do with other sisters, etc., etc. But there's some more in there, the word say it could be they do the opposite. They cleave to your husband or your wife, You know what I'm saying? And, just basically to try to eliminate the suspicion, but it's really like a red flag. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. All right, read that.
Whenever you talk, you always seem to have your friends' full attention.
Right. They locked in. When you speaking to them, they locked in. All right. Scroll. I mean, not scroll. Read. I want to read this one.
This one is kind of sad because ideally, you should always have a friend's full attention when you talk to them. However, in this day and age of constant distraction, you'll find that most people aren't listening to everything you say. They'll either start periodically checking their phones or daydreaming the moment they get bored with what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
People even do this with their own romantic
All right,
partners.
with your own spouse. You don't really, they be talking, and then she'll ask you, so what do you think? You be like, You're like, you wasn't even listening to me. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. Well, now watch this. And come on. But, all right, on the other hand, come on. All right, read.
On the other hand, if your friend is hanging on your every word, then they probably like you. If you always have their full attention and they even remember little random things that you have said in the past, chances are that they might have a crush on you.
Right, you gotta watch that. You know what I'm saying? It's the little stuff they be paying attention to and picking up. It's stuff we don't even do with our own spouse, but they'll be doing it with you. Go ahead.
Now, it is possible that this person is just a really good listener.
Right, so don't just be like, oh, she paying full attention. Bro, you better get your wife. Yeah, no. It's possible they're a real good listener. Go ahead, which they should be. Read.
Sometimes you'll run into people like this who listen to everything you say as if you're the only person in the world.
Right, good listener. I would think I'm a person like that. Like when I listen to people, I like to actively listen. All right, read.
If you watch them with other people, though, you'll notice that this is their habit with everyone.
So just like with the eye contact thing, you gotta watch and be able to assess. Then, well, when so-and-so talking, she don't really just be fully engaged like that. You know what I'm saying? When so-and-so talking, he don't really be paying no attention. When it come to me, it's a difference. Read.
That's the difference here. A good listener listens to everyone carefully and more or less equally.
Uh-huh.
A friend who is severely crushing on you will give you more attention than they will anyone
You
else.
will know the difference. All right, scroll down. Number 8. Read.
They compliment you a lot.
They compliment you a lot. A lot. Go ahead.
Most people are pretty stingy with compliments. And when they do give them, they'll usually be based on something you did.
Right. It'll be right after you did something that is worthy of a compliment. All right. That's when people usually get complimented. Go ahead.
For example, a polite acquaintance of yours might occasionally say things like, your report turned out really well. Nice job. I like how you did your hair today. Wow, you're a really good driver. Mm-hmm. If a friend likes you, though, the compliments tend to be more frequent and more personal.
So they going to compliment you more than regular, than everybody else, and it's going to be more personal. Sometimes it's going to be stuff, you ain't did nothing. It's just out the blue, like, you're such a good, like, your voice is just amazing. You ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't just do no damn speech or nothing. It's just, they was just thinking about it. They just want to tell you, like, I just want to tell you, like, your voice is amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag right there. Go ahead.
They will compliment you about who you are or who they think you are more than what you do. For example, they might say, you're such a beautiful person. You're so smart. You always know just what to do.
Always on point. Go ahead.
You have such a pure soul.
You're such a pure. And hey, it's heavy because it's another article we gonna read. Get Proverbs 7 real quick, 21. It's another article we gonna read about the sister. You gotta be mindful because it'll be sisters in here telling you like, you're such a mighty prophet of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You be in the spirit. Like, you can't, because she's saying stuff like that, you can't rule that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's addressing your righteousness. No. Y'all know his sisters that had told Bishop Nathaniel they want to be his second, third wife in the kingdom. That's a red flag. That sister got the damn devil on her. But in her mind, well, you know how to let that come out her mouth, she wanted it to be perceived as, no, this man is so righteous, and I would be willing to be one of the 7 to cleave. That's all I'm saying. No, that's an adulterous spirit. That man got a wife. All right, read that.
Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips.
With the what?
With the flattering of her lips.
The compliments. Go ahead.
She forced him.
She what?
She forced him.
She forced him. All right, that entices, like we read in James 1. The lust is already there. You're already attracted. Now she throwing compliments. Now she blowing your damn head up. You know what I'm saying? Filling you up like a hot air balloon. Now you full of heat. What did it say? A hot mind. It's going, hey, for real. Now go back to the article. I think, yeah, number 9. Ooh.
Number 9. They try to subtly ask if you're into them.
Right, they try to, find slick ways to get you to compliment them the same way. You know what I'm saying? They try to see if you'll return those compliments and show signs of interest yourself. All right, scroll down. Number 10. Scroll down, number 10. Come on.
Number 10. They always find excuses to touch you or be close to you.
Right, they will always find excuses to touch you or be close to you. Hey, hey, one of them, I think it's Officer Jonah. He real weird about that touching stuff. He don't like to be touched. It's for somebody to want to like touch you and always find a way. Just like, I ain't gonna say. But usually when somebody just always want to touch you, I'm telling you, that's a demon there. It's a demon. All right, they want to touch. They want to be close to you. They want to feel your aura. They want to know if, you know what I'm saying? The vibe, the energy, the chakras. All right, go back. All right, scroll down, number 11. Oh, I didn't want to skip this. Now scroll up a little bit. Read that real quick.
Can body language indicate interest?
So this goes into the being close to you and touching you. Go ahead.
Yes. If you're not sure whether your friend is into you, try observing their body language when they're around you. It can be a big clue. These are some of the most common body language signs of attraction.
So it said this can be a big clue. Go ahead.
Leaning in.
Leaning in. All right. When you talking, they leaning in. It really, you start talking and somebody like, you like, damn, hold on, bruh. I just started talking. You ain't knowing my volume was going to be loud enough for you to hear from over there. You leaning in. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign right there. They just leaning in. All right, go ahead.
This can show a desire to be close to the person you like and pay close attention to them.
Black words. We'll explain myself.
Tilting one's head.
Right, tilting your head in. Go ahead.
Raising one's eyebrows.
Raising your eyebrows. You want to look attractive while they talking to you. Go ahead.
Blushing. Pointing one's feet.
Pointing one's feet. This is interesting. All right. So I'm telling, if you really got suspicions about somebody, like look at their feet when they talking to you. I do want you to. Nah, it don't even. It's somewhere else where it mentions this, I think. But basically, you know, when normally you talking to somebody, you on the move, or you know what I'm saying. You got somewhere to be afterwards, or you know whatever. So you pointed in a direction you was already going. But if somebody talking to you and you point your feet directly at them, now you know the same sex, the same gender, it just mean like I'm giving you honor, I'm giving you respect as a man. We having a conversation. All right, but if it's the opposite sex, you know, that means, you know, it could be a sign, you know, they're very interested in you. All right, go back.
Dilated pupils.
Dilated pupils. They eyes, they got this certain type of eye. Go ahead.
Standing up straight.
Standing up straight. On a man to do that, well, it said right there, good posture, especially in men, tend to stand tall and square their shoulders in an attempt to demonstrate masculinity. So the man want to look as strong and mighty as he can while he in front of you. All right, while you talking to him. He wants you to know you talking to a man that you should want to lay down with. All right, so keep reading.
Touching one's face and hair.
Right, touching their face and their hair when you talking to them. All right, doing all this and, you know, all that. You know, a sister, she'll be, you know, doing all that when you talking. All right, that's a sign. It's a possibility. But watch this. Read the next part.
Body language can be easy to misinterpret.
So you can't take it as if, like I said, like, sis, you might want to talk to your husband because his feet was pointing at me. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. All right. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. All right. Number 11.
They send you texts or messages all the time.
Right. They always hitting you up. Scroll down. Uh-huh.
They like all of your posts on social
They
media.
frequently in your notifications. You always see their face. You can count on them to be in your notifications. Scroll down. Nah, number 13.
They take special care to look good when they hang out with you.
Right. If they coming over your house for dinner with their husband, they're a little more razzle-dazzly than when they just regular, you know, at the school or something like that. You know, whatever. All right, scroll down. Or at work, you see somebody at work, they look a certain way. You find out y'all finna be at a location outside of work or whatever. And, you know they're going to see you, and they at a different level in their appearance. All right, read.
They tell you flat out that they like
They
you.
tell you flat out that they like you. All right, so now this right here probably won't happen. You know, I say probably because it has happened in IUIC. Married sister told a married man, like, I want you. I like you and I want you. All right. So it probably won't happen. It's the least likely thing to happen, but it can. All right, you can get out of there. Go to the next article. Good therapy. All right, go straight to the numbers, the 15 signs. Well, read the title first, I'm sorry.
Is your friendship becoming an emotional affair?
Is your friendship becoming an emotional affair? Scroll down to the numbers. All right, read.
15 signs your friendship has crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
When talking to your friend, you feel more comfortable confiding in them that you do your spouse.
Right, the conversations y'all have, the joy that, you know, that she or he has, you could tell, like, they don't talk about these things with their spouse. The reason why they're so joyous in talking to you is because you're actually listening and you're fun to talk to. Y'all exchange jokes and make each other laugh, stuff like that. So they feel more comfortable telling you things. Go ahead.
When talking to your friend, you share negative thoughts or feelings that you have towards your spouse.
That's a sign. Go ahead.
When talking to your friend, you share intimate details about your life, more so than with your
And I'm
spouse.
telling y'all, I guarantee y'all it's some brothers or some sisters, probably more likely some sisters. I ain't gonna say in IUIC, Arkansas, God forbid. But in Israel, I guarantee you it's some sisters. They got that male coworker that cause they know they couldn't dare do this with a counselor of 1,000 or you know what I'm saying? But they be telling the male coworker, they male colleague, what be going on in their marriage. Yeah, he be wanting he always telling me to submit. Every time I act like I don't want to do something, he pull out the Bible. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you some sisters. I guarantee you. All right, keep going.
You do not share the extent of your friendship with your spouse.
Right, you don't tell your spouse how, basically how much and how frequent y'all talk. You don't tell them about y'all conversations y'all be having. You kind of hide the connection you have with that person from your spouse intentionally. Go ahead.
Your spouse does not know about your relationship with your friend.
Come on.
You would feel uncomfortable if your spouse were to listen in on the conversations you have with your friend.
Right, so you make sure they nowhere around when y'all having y'all conversations. Go ahead.
You find yourself thinking about your friend more than you know you should be.
You know when they on your mind too much. You know. All right, go ahead.
You look forward to being with your friend more so than with your spouse.
Right, you looking more forward to going to work, to being around that coworker than you is to coming home from work and be with your spouse. You more looking forward to go to the school because so-and-so gonna be there and you're gonna see her or him more so than you is about seeing your spouse. All right, go ahead.
You meet your friend alone for coffee or meals without your spouse knowing about it.
Sneaky links, go ahead.
You regularly engage with your friend on social media without your spouse's knowledge. You feel a sexual tension or attraction when you are with your friend.
Right, that one right there. That's the thing. That's within yourself, It's that tingly feeling. I remember my mama told this how you know she was, she in the world. You don't got no knowledge. And she told me, because I had a girlfriend at the time, she was like, if you feel, you in love, if you feel that tingly feeling or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, like, I've been feeling this since I was a little boy. And I know that don't mean I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? That's a sexual tension. And if if you human, if you didn't live the life and you done been around people of the opposite sex, y'all know what the hell that is. All right? If you got that with a brother or sister in here or at work or whatever, that's not your spouse. You know it. All right, go back.
You and your friend are discussing the sexual tensions you are both feeling in the friendship.
So now remind you, it's levels to this. This goes into the entice, the flame being kindled, the flirting. Now y'all expressing, what y'all been feeling towards each other. Like, it start out, real subtle, like, oh, I gotta get away from you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. All right, keep going.
When you and your friend are alone, you interact differently than when other people are around.
Right, so when y'all by yourself, y'all act a certain way with each other. When other people are around, y'all act differently towards each other. All right, go ahead.
You find yourself regularly looking forward to meeting with your friend.
Right, you always looking forward to be around them. Go ahead.
You are in love with your friend.
You in love with your friend. All right, go to the next article. It's a lot of articles, man. Y'all finna have to go to work. I got it. It's a lot more stuff. You used to rock 9 and 8 love, not real love. Come on. Oh, you gotta wait on the ad. Okay. Yeah, okay. Uh, go down. Let me see where I want to start at. 22 signs a married man is flirt. Okay, I guess I want to start. Go down to where it starts at 22. All right, read that.
He will make excuses to be around you.
Uh-huh.
Even if he has nothing to do with you, he will try to spend as much time around you as possible.
All right, scroll down to the next one. Number 2.
He will always initiate conversations with you.
Right, every time he see you pass by you, he, hey, how you doing? Not trying to initiate a conversation, not just a casual shalom or a casual hey. Is he want you to talk back, and then he talk back, and then you talk back again. He want more than just a hey. All right, scroll down. He gonna bring up stuff like topics to talk about, like what you thought about the show last night, or stuff like that, or the movie that just came out. All right, go ahead.
He would get too personal while talking to you.
Right, he gonna bring up his personal life. All right, when he's speaking to you, stuff that he ought not should be talking about with you. Scroll down. Come on.
He will become interested in who you date.
In this case, it would be your husband. You know what I'm saying? Now he'll bring up your husband trying to, like, do he, maybe we could be cool. Maybe we can hang out. When you gonna let me meet him? Ha 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 ha. That's like your coworker. You know what I'm saying? Like, next time he pick you up, tell him I said what's up. Stuff like that. Or if it's in the body, you know what I'm saying? Now they trying to hang around your husband, go places with your Lord, stuff like that. All right, scroll down. Number 5.
He will compliment you
We
incessantly.
just read about that in the last article. Them compliments, showering you with compliments. Not just when you did something worthy of a compliment, but just whenever. You know what I'm saying? About whatever, randomly. All right, scroll down. Number 6. Watch this.
He will be humorous around you.
He will be humorous. He will make a conscious attempt to make you laugh. All right, to be funny when he around you, because he want to see you smile. All right, when he see you smile, it feeds his lust. Like, yeah, she like me. She smiling at me. All right, so he gonna want to be funny around you. He gonna make it his business. When he see you, he gonna try to crack a joke or something. Scroll down. Number 7.
He will laugh and attentively listen to what you have to say.
And when you speaking, he all in. He locked in. His feet pointing directly at you. All right, scroll down. Come on.
Texting you becomes his daily routine.
Right, he always communicating with you. If he got your number, or however, y'all on a group meet, a work group meet, something like that, he make sure he talk to you. Scroll down. Number 9.
He'll flood your social media profile with comments and likes.
He always in your notifications. All right? Any given day, he liking something, commenting on something, sharing something you posted. All right? Watch out for that. All right? Scroll down.
He will shower you with gifts.
Right. He'll get you stuff. Or he'll get y'all stuff, to try to eliminate suspicion. Exit out of that. They're running out of time. Exit out of that. Okay. Maybe y'all can't see it. Scroll the running out of time thing on the Zoom. Ah, okay. I bet. Okay, I'll pray. Scroll down. Number 11.
He would never wear his ring when you are around.
All right, scroll down. Number 12.
He would change his attitude toward you in front of his wife.
He would change his attitude towards you in front of his wife. Sound like what we read on the other article. He around other people, especially his spouse. He gonna either act a certain way to where his wife don't pick up no suspicion, or, try to act like super brother or a super friend, like, we just friend, we just you might, grab your head, do this, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't no indication of lust, you know what I'm saying? Scroll down, number 13.
He would keep inviting you for dinners and luncheons.
Right, always inviting you, all right, around. Go ahead, scroll down. 14.
He will value your likes and dislikes.
Right, whatever you've expressed that you don't like or what you do like, he gonna always take it into account. All right, when y'all at work or whatever, in the meetings, he gonna make sure if you done said any little thing about something you don't like, and somebody suggested, he gonna cast it down. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make sure that the stuff that y'all involved in, if he got any control, he gonna make sure that it fall in line with what you like or don't like. All right, scroll down.
He will get jealous pretty easily.
If he see anybody else, even though you're not his, he don't want nobody else to possibly have this little fling that in his mind he wants to have. All right? He don't want to see nobody else making you laugh and being funny. He don't want to see you laughing at somebody else's jokes. He wants it all. All right? Scroll down. Read.
Complains about his married life to you.
Complains about his married life to you. Scroll down. 17.
He behaves differently when he is alone with you and in public.
All right, scroll down.
He will keep checking you out.
Right. Always looking at you, checking out what you got on, looking at you up and down. Go ahead.
He will make you run errands for him.
Right. Now this one, I ain't gonna read it, but basically it's like you get the man, he get like a little rush. You know what I'm saying? From being able to tell you to do stuff and you yes sir, and you do it, like it make him feel good. All right, so he gonna do that. All right, scroll down.
He will try to impress you with his looks.
Right, he gonna look good. He gonna, have certain fragrances or whatever, or anything to try to get a compliment out of you, or to show, for him to see that you're impressed by him. All right, 21.
He will get nervous around you most of the time.
He will get nervous around you most of the time. He gonna fidget when y'all talk, stuff like that. Because he's very conscious or consequentious, whatever the hell the word is, when you're around. Number 22.
The biggest sign a married man is pursuing you. You can just feel it.
You can what?
Just feel it.
You can just feel it. It's something about it. Like you got a good feeling. Get Sirach 37 real quick. Verse, I think it's 13. I think you can just feel it. Something about this brother, man. His vibe. No, he like me. Read that.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 13.
Come on.
And let the counsel of thine own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful unto thee than it.
Right, this is talking about your intuition, the gut feeling that God gave us. All right, that ain't talking about your opinion or whatever. It's something within us. It's faithful to you. It's there for a reason. All right. So those are signs that a married man is interested in you. All right, now go to Job 24. Job chapter 24, verse 15. You see, a lot of the signs is he try to get along with you a lot, and he act differently with you when it's just y'all two as opposed to when other people around. Because it go back to Sirach 23, a whoremonger and adulterer, he only fear the eyes of man. He don't fear God. All right, read what you got.
Job chapter 24 and verse 15.
Come on.
The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me.
Right, that's his mindset. He don't want nobody to see that he unfaithful to his wife. All right, read.
and disguiseth his
He
face.
disguiseth his face. Come on.
In the dark they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light.
Right. So it's going into, basically it start out in stages. So they do the little flirting and all of that in the dark. All right. They do it when nobody else is around, because that's how it's gonna be when y'all actually doing it. All right. It's gonna be in the dark when nobody else is around. All right. So from there, go to authentic intimacy. Go to that article real quick. Authentic intimacy. When you're attracted to someone who is not your spouse. So we just read an article dealing with, as a sister, you got a married man, signs that you can know that he attracted to you. Now this is for you. Now this is a woman. It's more so directed to women that are attracted to other men outside of their husband. But it can apply in ways as far as a man when you know you're attracted to another man's wife. All right, scroll down. Read that.
The stereotype of an adulterous affair in marriage has typically been the picture of a cheating husband. The man has a one-night stand on a business trip or falls in love with his secretary.
Right, that's the picture that's painted. It's always the man. The man is the adulterer. Go ahead.
I guess it never occurred to us that for every cheating man, there must also be a cheating woman.
Exactly. It takes two. The man is always the demonized, person in the, when adultery is committed. But the Bible say the adulterer and the adulteress. It's always two parties. For every man that cheat, it got to be a woman that was willing to do it with him.
Right.
All right? So that means that women, y'all have this demon in y'all. All right? Y'all can act the way y'all want to act, all y'all want to. Y'all can't fool me. I probably can't see it in none of the sisters I know. But the Bible say what it says, so I ain't going to be naive and ignorant. All right? Go back.
Relationship expert Bonnie Eaker-Well reported on ABC's 2020 her findings that more than 50% of married women are sexually unfaithful.
Damn. What the heck? Did y'all just hear that? More than 50% of married women are sexually unfaithful. Damn. Y'all know how them families be having like them deep, dark secrets and stuff like that? And so-and-so don't really be the daddy and all of that. I'm telling you, this is nothing new. All right? Black people, black women has had a history of sexual unfaithfulness. All right? Go ahead. And that's another thing, too. I wanted to say that before the class because y'all really got to pay attention to classes like this, especially y'all couples that was married before the truth or together before the truth, because chances are y'all done it. Y'all done stepped out on each other before. If y'all been together for a long time before y'all started keeping the commandments of God. All right? Not just the brother, he done did something that's like, no brainer, of course. But as you can see, the women be just as unfaithful. So the brother might not even know his wife did something. Chances are she has. She just able to conceal it better than you were able to. All right? So with that being said, the fact that y'all have already done it, the spirit has already been in y'all, it's more susceptible to come back on y'all. All right? So, that's why the scriptures say what it say. You supposed to, if you take a woman virginity, that's supposed to be your wife. Because once a woman know other men and a man know other women, you know what I'm saying? It's always there to want to, dib and dabble. You know how other stuff feel. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the article.
That statistic doesn't take into consideration the countless others who are entangled in emotional affairs and fantasies.
Right. That statistic is just going to the women that was sexually stepping out. But it's a lot of women who be having emotional affairs. They got other men that they confide in. They got, male besties and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, that's cheating. Just to let y'all know. All right? There's cheating too. Go ahead.
Every married woman is at risk for an affair. If you say, no, I'd never do that.
This is why I like this article. Now, I think this is either my woman, but she on point. She said, if you say, no, I never do that. I'm holy. Shalom, bow. I bow. You said, if you say that, go ahead.
Take to heart what Paul wrote.
Take into consideration what Paul wrote. Read.
If you think you are standing firm, be careful that you don't fall.
For he that thinketh he standeth, take heed lest he fall. Because it's not about you. Remember, you spiritually inclined. You be in the spirit when you in the spirit, but this got a mind of its own. And if that adultery demon hop on you strong enough, you would do things that you never imagined you would do. It's movies that show that. You know what I'm saying? Women that was good and regular women until this certain man came along. You know what I'm saying? And it rocked the whole damn world. It can happen. All right, read.
1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Every affair begins with the temptation and attraction.
Right. Every affair begins with the temptation, which is the attraction. You're attracted to that person. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, most of us have no idea what to do when a man other than your husband starts to pay attention to you.
Because what happens? Yeah, you have a husband. That means y'all been together for a while, and that initial interest and always want to be around you and always infatuated with your beauty. It starts to fade. It's like he used to you. He didn't walk into you sitting on the toilet 100 times. You know what I'm saying? He know how you smell during that time of the month. So this new dude that come around, he's infatuated with your beauty. He doing things that your husband don't do no more. He's showing different little admiration. They say a lot of women don't have no idea what they really do when they in that situation. Go ahead.
It feels good to be pursued again, especially if your marriage is in the doldrums.
All right, get Proverbs real quick, chapter 7. So now, remember, we think back to the video, the paternity court video. Remember, it was like he was a promoter. He was always gone, and and I'd come home and his friend would be there because he wasn't working hard like the other one. He was just there. So, when your marriage, you don't see your husband a whole lot, stuff like that. And I feel for sisters, not because I'm suspicious and I think they would do that. It's just I know the temptation is stronger. You more susceptible to it because your husband gone weeks at a time on the truck. Or, like Aaron's situation, 28 days on the ship. These brothers get married with occupations like that, where they gone from their house, and their wife is attractive, meaning men gonna be attracted to her. That means it's gonna be men that she's possibly attracted to that come on to her. And you gone, and she horny, but you gone. You know what I'm saying? I feel for sisters in that situation. It is what it is. But read what you got. 7 and 9.
Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 9.
That's why you brothers that, you come home every day from work and all of that, you're not gone a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure you fulfilling the scriptures, man. Make sure that we gonna get into that too, but, don't just do your duty. Like it say, the duty of marriage in Exodus 21. All right, but read that.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart.
Right. So this young man, void of understanding, he go out, he looking for something or whatever, and he see it. He see what he looking for, a woman with the attire of a harlot. She dressed in something to allure a man. Read.
She is loud and stubborn.
Uh-huh.
Her feet abide not in her house.
Come on.
Now is she without. now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
Come on.
So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him,
Come on.
I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows.
Come on.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee.
Read.
I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt.
Come on.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come.
So she enticing this brother. All right, go ahead.
Verse 18. Come, let us take our fill of love unto the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love.
So just imagine with this, this sister, to her to be this damn thirsty where she telling the man all of this, that she don't even know like that. And just imagine the lust, or imagine what this young man is going through in this situation. An attractive woman come to you and tell you, my bed is ready for you, jacuzzi, candles lit, and I'm going to put it on you all night. And you know what I'm saying? Just imagine, you know what I'm saying? You got to be, hey, read on.
Verse 19. For the good man is not at home.
But this the part that I wanted. This sister is this thirsty and all of that. You know what I'm saying? For this brother, because her husband is not at home. The husband not at home. Read.
For the good man is not at home.
Uh-huh.
He is gone a long journey.
And he ain't going to be back for a while. I just got off the phone with him. He way in Maine. You know what I'm saying? He way in Oregon right now. I know he ain't going to be at home for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, you sisters that be in them situations where your husband gone a lot, hey, I'm telling you, man, hey, you better gird up for real, because that demon will hop on you. Go back to real quick, go to Genesis 39. Because that's what happened in this situation with this sister. Now, when we read it, we're like, ooh, this little nasty hoe. But remember, he was a captain of Pharaoh. So, you know what I'm saying? He was probably a busy man. He said Joseph was his secretary. If a man got to hire another man to handle the matters in his house, that means he gone a whole hell of a lot. He very busy. So this woman, she was probably just horny out of her damn mind. And she should have never seen that Hebrew. It brewed up something in her. She wasn't ready for real. Genesis 39 to 10. There was some bars with it. She seen that Hebrew and Hebrew. So, that's an archive. Man, read what you got.
Genesis chapter 39 and verse 10.
Come on.
And it came to pass as she spake to Joseph day by day.
So, mind you, he didn't already rejected the sister. He told her, nah, this is sin. You belong to him. He done gave me everything except you. I ain't touching you. But she kept at it. Go ahead.
That he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her.
Right, so he said, nah, I ain't going. I know better than to do this. Read.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within.
Uh-huh.
And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me.
So she had a plan. She got all of the men up out of there. And she knew in her mind, if I get him naked, he's too. That's why he ain't did nothing yet, because he's been protected with layers. You know what I'm saying? If I grab him by the garment, he ain't going to be able to resist me then. So it said she caught him by his garment saying, what?
Lie with me.
Let's get it. Read.
And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
And did what?
And got him out.
Got on down. Got the hell up out of there like roll on a pew. For real. Now this scripture right here is so powerful because it show you the spirit that we got to be in as men whenever we dealing with an adultery, especially a woman that's attractive and all of that. It's not just when it get to this, when she, pulling on your clothes. It's when she starting to do like them signs, whatever, talking to you, compliments, getting close with you, leaning in, stuff like that. Man, get the hell away from that woman. Run! Run! I'm telling you, never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. Alright? For real. But like I said, this was another woman dealing with a husband that was gone all the time. So she had that demon on her strong. She had it on her strong. She was thirsty. She was parched. For real. Go back to the article. Go back to the article. This is a good article right here. Every affair. Every affair. Oh, no. No, it's right after Paul, yeah.
Right after Paul told us to be careful not to fall, he gave some very practical advice about how to handle temptation. No temptation has overtaken you except what is coming to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. While temptation is unavoidable, sin is still inexcusable. Even if you feel overwhelmingly attracted to another man or woman, unfaithfulness doesn't have to be your destiny.
So no, it say when you feel overwhelmingly attracted to another man, unfaithfulness does not have to be your destiny. All right? Read.
God has promised to provide a way out for those who are willing to run to him.
So now remember, it say it's no temptation that's uncommon to man. So that means the temptation to commit adultery is very common. All right, but remember that's within you. It's not God tempting you with that. It's within you. But God's so clutch. He say, "Yeah, I know you got that flesh thing or whatever, that that temptation, but I can empower you to overcome it. All right, even if you feel like it's overwhelming." You know what I'm saying? I got you. All right, scroll down. Read that.
Don't be surprised when it happens. How many affairs would be avoided if we would simply anticipate that it's normal to be tempted?
Right. So don't be naive. Don't be thinking that it can't happen to you. All right? For real, be very mindful. And that'll be how you can be, like the scriptures say, a wise man foreseeth the evil. You know what I'm saying? So that means that you know it will come, but you're able to prepare your soul for temptation, like the scriptures say. Go ahead.
Yes, there will always be men more attractive than your husband. And there will be someone who seems to have all the strengths that your husband lacks.
So believe it or not, brothers, no matter how much you can bench or, how good you might have won the most handsome man in your high school yearbook or whatever. God said it's going to always be. Well, not God said, but the article said it's going to always be a man that come along that's more attractive, more strong, more manly, more buff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your wife like, it's going to be a man that got more of it than you that come along at some point. Go ahead.
The day will likely come when you find yourself drawn to someone who appears to be better suited for you than your husband.
Damn. That's that deception right there. Go ahead.
The attraction can even be spiritual.
And this part right here is heavy. It say the attraction can even be spiritual. It might not even be a physical, like he look better than your husband or whatever. It could be spiritual. Go ahead.
For example, a man's passion for the Lord is so attractive compared to your husband who seems to be spiritually dead.
That right there. Damn. Think about what you just said. A man's passion for the Lord can be so attractive as opposed to your husband. He never put in no work. He ain't got no camp videos. He don't teach. But you done fell in love with a damn teacher. But no, I'm in the spirit. I'm watching classes. No, you always watching him. You know what I'm saying? For real. Watch this. Go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 12. That's why I said, brothers, it will behoove y'all to look when you you gotta do stuff with your wife, and you gotta go hard for the Lord. You can't. I ain't gonna say you can't, but don't leave no room. You know what I'm saying, for the demon to have leverage in tempting your wife. All right, read what you got.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse...
2 Corinthians 10,
Sorry,
12.
my apologies, sir. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12. For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves.
Come on.
But they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise.
God said it's not wise comparing your husband, who is a soldier or a brother, to the captain that's over the camp, or the deacon, or the high-ranking officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, why he ain't in all them camp videos? Why you at the house and they at camp? You know what I'm saying? And she in her mind, like, I want a mighty man. Like, I feel like I'm the type of sister. I'm a revolutionary sister. I feel like my husband should be somebody that's sit high in the congregation, that's zealous for the Lord. But you ain't got no zeal. You don't never do. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that can happen. It might not be physical. A sister can be attracted to a brother because he go harder for the Lord. All right? Now, but mind you, all right, you got brothers that be, they good teachers, and stuff like that, but they wicked as hell. I'm just going to speak on it. Go back to the article.
Since you know this day will come, prepare for it now. Remember in elementary school, all of the times you had a fire drill or tornado drill. Why do we have drills? To prepare for a real danger during a time that is not a crisis. Using that same wisdom, come up with a plan now of what you would do when temptation comes. How will you respond? Who will you call for help? Do you have an accountability partner in place now? What woman in your life have you told? You have permission to ask me the hard questions about my marriage.
All right, Counselor of 1,000. Go ahead.
I want you to get in my face if you ever see something in my life that concerns you.
Read. Scroll down.
Just like the fire drill, if you have already determined where to run, you won't be paralyzed when a true danger threatens your marriage. Remember what's real. I had been meeting with Lisa for about 2 months before she spilled the beans.
So Lisa, she's simple as hell. All right, check out Lisa. Go ahead.
During our first several counseling sessions, she talked around her disappointment in marriage and other irritations of life. Then the day came when she felt safe enough to tell me about Doug.
Doug is not her husband. Doug was a potential man that was been dug inside of her. All right? Keep reading.
They had met at the gym several months earlier and been drawn to each other immediately.
Notice where they met. They met at the gym. So now, you brothers, hey, I'm telling you, man, look, hey, you got to be very mindful. Some brothers, not just like how I was super skinny. You got brothers, you get real fat, let yourself go. You look all sloppy in there. Hey, mama, I ain't gonna lie, mama, I be feeling bad for brothers' wives when the man is fat and sloppy. Like, how does she do stuff with you? Like, how does that work? How does it work? Like, I be feeling bad for them. For real. Now, she health conscious. She go to the gym. And if she find a diesel brother at the damn gym. All right, go ahead. And also, for brothers and sisters that go to the gym, that's why it's very, very important that you have gym partners or go in groups. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, that's why they be hating when I be asking them. They be trying to go home and eat, you know what I'm saying, cheese, nachos and all that. Like, nah, bro, let's go to the gym. Because I don't want to go by my damn self. All right? Keep reading.
Lo and behold, Doug was a Christian. Lisa and Doug began coincidentally showing up at the gym at the same time and got to know each other. Eventually, They began meeting over coffee.
You see the stages? That's the like the signs that we read. Like you see a person at the gym at a certain time, so you attracted to him. So you make sure you keep going to the gym at that time. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually y'all work out on the same machine and near the same machine. Y'all bump into each other at the water fountain. Now y'all having conversations. Now y'all got each other number. Now y'all linking up outside the damn gym. All right, keep reading.
Julie, Doug is so kind and
Now,
sensitive.
mind you, Doug is a Christian.
Right.
Yeah, keep reading.
He loves the Lord and has really helped me grow in my faith.
You see how simple Lisa is? Lisa is a low down little hoe. All right, she said that Doug, this secret man in her life that's not her husband, helped her grow in her faith toward God. You gotta be a simple ass sister. But now, mind you, this stuff that happened in IUIC. Yes, believe it or not, a brother was a camp leader, a whole camp leader. All right, counseled a sister out of her marriage, and then married her. For real, it happened. But go ahead.
God
That
knows.
nigga ain't with us no more though. All right.
God knows how lonely I've been in my marriage.
God knows how lonely I've been in my marriage. Come on.
I believe he's providing Doug as an answer to my prayer for true companionship.
You see this? That's why I say all wickedness is little to the wickedness of what type of woman, what type of Jezebel would believe that God would send you another man as a companion because you got problems in your marriage. That's like God saying, I'm gonna give you an alternative God to serve when you don't like me that much. You don't like my commandments that much. You can go serve this alternative God that's a little more lenient. You see how stupid that sounds?
Yes.
Keep reading.
Okay, reality check.
Uh-huh.
God would never answer your prayers by inviting you into sin.
Dummy. Stupid. Come on.
How could a grounded Christian woman like Lisa have gotten so far off base? Because Satan is the deceiver.
Take over your whole body structure. For real. Satan is the deceiver. Go ahead.
He will tempt you to doubt the truth about what is good and what is evil.
Right. Watch this. 2 Timothy 3. 2 Timothy 3 verse 5. This what Lisa didn't know. All right. This what Lisa didn't know. 2 Timothy 3 and 5.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
So it's men out here that have a form of godliness. They appear as mighty Christian men, but that they deny the power thereof. The Bible. Go ahead.
From such turn away.
God said you better avoid these type of men. Why? Read.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses.
These men have a form of godliness, but they will creep. Yeah, they appear like they godly, but they will creep into houses. Go ahead.
And lead captive silly women.
What?
Lead captive silly women.
Lisa,
Laden,
dumbass. Go ahead.
laden with sins.
Right, laden with sins, laden with lust. Go ahead.
Led away with diverse lusts.
Exactly, that's Lisa. She got all these different lusts within her because her husband lacking in different areas, and she thought that Doug was sent by God. Another rod was sent by God. Are you serious? That's a silly ass woman. She was ignorant that these type of men is out here. All right, go back to the and with that being said, it could be brothers like that up in here. Brothers that appear mighty officer, mighty soldier, mighty this, mighty that. And they counsel you right up out of your drawers. All right, go back.
God has equipped our bodies with very powerful hormones that kick in when we enter a new romantic relationship. Remember, when you could go days without thinking about food, or when you wrote your boyfriend's name all over your geometry notebook. Your mind still has the capacity to experience puppy love, even as a grown woman. The tingles of a new relationship can and will blind you from reality.
You know what that go into? That dopamine. Y'all remember we went over that? It's not that it's better than your husband or better than the experience you had when you first met your husband. It's something new. It's a rush. It's a tingling sensation. You haven't felt like this in a long time. In a very long time. See, all this stuff be songs without people be in the midst of all this wickedness, man. It's a song for all of the works of the flesh. I'm telling you. Go back.
If you do not fight to find true north according to God's word, you will make a disastrous decision that has far-reaching consequences. No matter how much you believe that this man will make your life better, he will not.
Right, don't be deceived. Scroll down.
No amount of money, great sex, or adoration can compensate for walking away from fellowship with God and representing Jesus Christ to your husband, children, and community.
So stepping out on your husband is you walking away from your fellowship with God. It's no way to God but through your husband. The head of God is Christ. The head of man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. You can't get to Christ or God but through a man. Once you step out on your man, it's no more God for you. For real. We got to think like that. All right? Keep reading.
Run fast. There is a time to walk, and then there is a time to run.
Right.
No one casually strolls out of a burning building. They run for their lives.
I don't know. Some IUIC Arkansas brothers, I don't know. They might try to hit a little casual walk out of burning building. We have no sense of urgency in this camp. But generally, you know what I'm saying? For building burning, brothers going to be trying to run the hell up out of there. Sisters going to be running the hell up out of there. Ain't no casual walking out of burning building. Go ahead.
Paul says sexual temptation represents a time to run.
When you tempted with something like that, when you tempted with adultery, that's why when it lists the works of the flesh or the evil thoughts that proceed out of men, that's the first damn thing that Christ said and what Paul said. Adultery. Adultery. When you dealing with a sin like that, a serpent like that, you get too near that thing, it's going to bite you. All right? Read.
Flee sexual temptation.
Come on.
Joseph demonstrated what fleeing looks like. He literally ran away from Potiphar's wife when she tried to seduce him. He didn't stop to deliberate the consequences or figure out how he could keep the woman happy while not going all the way. He simply ran.
That goes in us making provisions for the flesh. That'll be the deception within it. That's why you have emotional affairs and stuff like that. You still you want this thing, but I'm not gonna have sex. No, I just like talking to him. You know what I'm saying? No. He got the hell up out of there. He ran. He didn't want nothing to do with that woman because he knew what it would lead to. All right? So we gotta, it's really within the, I can't say this analogy right now, but if you married, you know them times where you be like, just real quick, and then you start, and then you nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. All right, go back to the article. But that should show you, like, it ain't don't even play around with it, because once you get going, you going all the damn way. For real. All right? Don't chance it. Go back. Scroll down. There's no harm. Read.
There's no harm in a little flirting, you might think. Yes, there is great harm.
Right, you dumb as hell if you think there's no harm in flirting with another person outside of your spouse. But I'm telling you something, it be happening. It be happening. All right, go ahead.
The longer you linger in temptation, the more opportunity the enemy has to deceive you.
Come on.
What does running look like? It means not giving the relationship any chance of developing. If you have to change jobs, move to another neighborhood, and absolutely refuse to be alone with the person who represents the
Right,
temptation.
it said you got to change jobs. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, hey, you gotta, hey, I'm telling you, stuff like that, when it happened at your job, a lot of y'all got these co-workers and stuff. Hey, y'all gotta speak up. All right? Y'all gotta speak up. Watch this. Go to Sirach 32 and 20. So the scriptures tell us this, all right, what running looks like. Sirach 32, verse 20.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 20. Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall, and stumble not among the stones.
If the scriptures say that adultery is within all of us, it's one of them evil things that our flesh desire. And somebody, you attracted to them, they're attracted to you, man, don't deal with them. Don't go in a way where you may fall. Don't go in a way where you know you'll stumble. All right? That's what running looks like. You got to avoid them. If it means you got to change jobs, whatever, all right, get the hell away. Go back to the article.
Ask
It's
for
a
help.
story, it's a story where a brother, he was married in the truth. His wife, attractive sister. This attractive sister stepped out on him, committed adultery, he had to put her away. But she was able to stay in the body. Now, me personally, if it was a woman I was married to, we got kids, she attractive, we stay in the same city, see each other every week. No, I'm moving. I'm getting the hell away from this woman. Like, I already know every time I'm see you, I'm thinking about the stuff we used to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting on down. Lo and behold, year go by, 2 years go by, 3 years go by. Like, damn, that brother holding strong. Then out of nowhere. All right, guys, I'm leaving IUIC. I'm going back with my wife. Sorry, it is what it is. For real. It's really happened because he didn't know what running looks like. He didn't follow the footsteps of his father, Joseph. All right? Go back to the article.
Ask for help. One of the most dangerous things to do when you are attracted to another man is to keep it a secret. You may be embarrassed to admit to a friend your secret crush, or you may be afraid that being honest would mean you have to give it up. In some cases, I think it's appropriate to tell you, husband.
Right. So, this one right here, I'm a little shaky, boss, when it comes to that. I don't know. Because if you tell your husband and their brother in the body, you know what I'm saying, he going to look at the brother a certain way. And he might not have did nothing to deserve, you know what I'm saying? That's just your temptation, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But then, yeah, if it's a coworker or something like that, then, yeah, come on, tell him, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So, I can know how to go about that because I can do something about that, all right? But, that's that one right there is kind of sticky. But all of you sisters, you married sisters, should have a counselor that you're able to confide in, all right? Go back.
Honey, I just need you to know that there is a guy at work who I've commit to never being alone with. Nothing has happened, but I just sense it's a danger zone. It would be very difficult for an attraction to take root after this type of honest conversation. If you do not believe it is wise to talk to your
Another
husband.
reason why it wouldn't be necessarily wise to tell your husband, like, I can't imagine my wife telling me, like, she basically think another man cute. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I know it's possible for her to think another man cute, but, like, don't tell me that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that shit. For real, I mean, he's a danger zone. I mean, he And then, like, if you tell me that, I'm suspicious now. Like, you didn't already then went through the damn danger zone. The danger zone and went through your ass. All right? Keep reading, though.
Please share the situation with a trusted friend or mentor. She can pray with you, give you solid advice, and ask you the tough questions about whether or not you are taking the way of escape or continuing to play with fire.
Right, that means you gotta have somebody that keep it real with you and let you know, nah, you playing with fire, sis. You gotta. I done told many brothers that too. I told the brother that committed adultery and he was playing with fire. But I found out after the fact he had already swam in the damn fire when I told him he was playing with it. All right, go back to the article. Scroll down. Invest.
Invest in your marriage. If you ever had a serious health concern, it probably changed the way you approach your health. A near fatal heart attack would cause most of us to swear off cheeseburgers and cigarettes. The same should be true of how we respond to the possibility of a broken marriage. It should cause us to re-examine what we've begun to take for granted. I know you've heard this statement, but it's worth repeating. The grass is greener wherever you water it.
It's heavy. So I'm telling you, the thing about covetousness, man, it's deceitful. You forget. It's just like in Deuteronomy 13, like a false prophet say something that come to pass and you follow him. It's like, damn, you forgetting. He persuaded you to go to another god just off one little sign that happened. Based off that, you forsaking the God that smote the most powerful nation on the earth with 10 plagues to deliver you, then lifted up a Red Sea. You passed through it, then he dumped it on your enemy. You know what I'm saying? You forsaking that God that fed you out of a rock. And that to quench your thirst out of a rock, fed you with bread after you ain't never seen it taste like whatever you wanted to taste. You forgot all about that. Based off one little sign. That grass ain't green on the other side. You just gotta deal with what you got. You gotta build up your spouse. All right? Whatever area is lacking or the flame is dying out or whatever, you gotta fix that. Don't go looking for it elsewhere. You can improve. Everybody relationship got room for improvement, but you gotta take accountability in attempting to improve it. All right, go back.
Being attracted to another man is not only a temptation, but also an indication that perhaps your marriage needs some watering. It's a wake-up call that your marriage is vulnerable to infidelity. Can you pinpoint what desires you have that are not being met in your marriage? Maybe it's time to invest in marriage counseling.
Right, I tell brothers and sisters all the time, get marriage counseling, you and your spouse. But people be so ashamed to keep it real with their spouse. That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't want to be your friend. Like, if you a brother, like, I don't want to deal with you like that if you're not able to keep it real with me. You know what I'm saying? We should all be able to keep it real with each other, especially if we took a lifelong commitment with each other. But a lot of brothers and sisters, they don't be willing to do that thing. They don't be willing to sit down in front of a counselor together because of their shame and their pride and stuff like that. I'm telling you, the scripture says it's a shame that bringeth sin. Go back to the article.
Maybe it's time to invest in marriage counseling.
And then why marriage counseling is free. We got the understanding of the word of God, the wisdom of the Most High God. We got experience. We got all this and this and that. You go out in the world, they going to tax your ass. And they don't know scripture number 1. You know what I'm saying? So this is free counseling up here. And if you don't like us, you can go up the chain. We can have Captain Ms. Zion come down here. We can have Captain Shem come down here. If that don't work, you can end up getting Deacon Abiel. You know what I'm saying? For real. Go back to the article.
Get away for some time alone with your spouse. or work on romance and sexual satisfaction in your marriage.
That right there, that's a big deal right there. Go ahead.
Even if you are married to an unresponsive husband who doesn't have a strong desire to improve your marriage, how are you investing in the relationship? Do you pray daily for God to give you love and patience? Are you intentional about learning how to build intimacy as far as it depends upon you?
Are you intentional about learning how to build intimacy? A lot of people, like sisters, for example, when it come on the accountability aspect, right? You'll be quick to say your husband don't get up or don't do this and don't do that. But what are you? Are you just laying there like a log? You know what I'm saying? Do you initiate it? Do you know what I'm saying, do what you know damn well he wants you to do every damn time? You know what I'm saying? The introduction, do you at least do that? No, you ain't willing to do that. And you wonder why he don't, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Sister gotta take accountability. All right, get Proverbs 14:1. We gonna read this scripture, finish out the article, then I'm gonna get one more scripture. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. Cause I got a lot I got a lot more stuff, man. This is crazy. All right, go back. We'll read that.
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Every wise woman buildeth her house.
So instead of just complaining about what your husband not doing or what he don't got, or you gotta remember you married him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to let him to have sex with you in the first place. You didn't have to enter into that lifelong covenant with him. But now you done got to this point where you think you got the audacity to have a reason to look elsewhere for satisfaction and where he lacking it. No. If you wise, you gonna build your house. All right? You're going to be intentional with finding ways to improve your marriage. A wise woman going to do that. Read.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Right. A foolish woman would destroy her household, and it might be via adultery. All right, go back to the article. We're going to finish this out. Then I'm going to close it out with a scripture. Yeah. We're going to have to do a part 2. All right.
Although investing in your marriage is an important way to respond to a temptation, investing in your relationship with God is even more important. There are some who believe that the greatest weapon against an affair is a strong marriage. I disagree. The greatest weapons against a spiritual threat and temptation is always a spiritual threat, is a spiritual weapon.
That's this little Edomite, she on point. She on point, man. She understands something that a lot of us in here don't understand. The greatest weapon against a spiritual threat is a spiritual weapon, the word of God. All right? Go ahead.
Paul told us specifically how to arm ourselves against the schemes of the devil. He told us to be clothed with the armor of God.
Ephesians 6:11 on down. Read.
Armor like the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, the shield of faith, and the sword of the Spirit.
The sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Ephesians 6:17. Scroll down. Come on.
My friend, never try to fight a spiritual temptation solely with emotional or psychological weapons.
Don't fool yourself. Don't play yourself. It's not just, okay, y'all gonna have more sex. You're gonna go to Cupid's, buy some more sex toys. You know, some little gadgets. No, you gotta pray. You gotta fast. You gotta get counsel. You gotta apply the scriptures. You gotta seek the Lord for him to intervene. If you just going about it carnally, it's not gonna work. Read.
You will lose. God's way of escape is to cling to him and to run to him.
That's right, chapter 2. When temptation come, he said, set thy heart aright, constantly endure, cleave unto him. Yeah, all of that. All right, go ahead.
He is able to keep you from stumbling and to make you stand in the presence of his glory, blameless with great joy.
Come on.
Jude 24. If I remain faithful throughout the duration of my marriage, it won't simply be because I love my husband, but it will be because of how much I love the Lord. Clinging to might keep me from wandering, but only clinging to Jesus can make my heart pure.
Scroll down. Read the last one.
The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe.
All right, get Proverbs 31. This is the last scripture. This is going to conclude part 1. Because it's definitely, Proverbs 31, read verse 30.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 30.
Come on.
Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
You see that? You see the game that the Bible give us? You know what I'm saying? And that's what the article just said. You can't be a sister that's simple enough to think you got carnal solutions for spiritual problems. You know, it don't work like that. You got to be a woman that fear the Lord. When you fear the Lord, you'll have that discipline. You'll have the power to overcome these temptations and run in them situations when you tempted. You're not entertaining your lust. It's only if you fear the Lord it's going to work out that way. All right, read verse 11.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her.
So this woman that feared the Lord, her husband will be able to safely trust in her. He ain't got to worry about her stepping out. He ain't got to worry about Doug coming in digging. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's only if you fear the Lord. If you don't fear the Lord, you don't pray, you don't fast, you don't study, you ain't zealous in this, you don't put in work in the body, you don't be around sisters and all that. I'm telling you, if I was your husband, I would beware of you. For real. You gotta think about the world that we living in. It's full of sex. It's so many Negroes out here that's willing to creep in your house and put their life in jeopardy for your married cooter. You know what I'm saying? It's so many men out here that'll do it. And they waiting for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you sisters, if you don't fear the Lord, man, hey, it can happen. Keep reading.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
So he also, based on you and how you is, he don't got no reason to go somewhere else seeking for something else. You know what I'm saying? But that's a righteous woman. That's a woman that fear the Lord. All right? So that'll conclude part 1. All right? We got a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, sequel to this thing, the adultery demon. Lord's willing, y'all was edified. Lord's willing to help y'all marriages and y'all temptations that y'all going through, because it's a real thing. You know, nobody wants to talk about it, and I get it, you know. But take heed to these scriptures, meditate, because 9 times out of 10, if you married right now, this world that we're living in, you needed this damn class, and you need part 2 too. All right. So all praise to the Most High. Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.